Hello, and thank you for watching this June 22nd weather update, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I am a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. After we get a chance to look at the impacts of the weather over the past week, we will turn our attention to the severe weather threat for Monday, and then focus on the weather for the upcoming week. We all know the saying, rain makes grain, but at some point, too much rain at the wrong time of year can have a negative impact on yields. Pictured here is the last 14 days of accumulated precipitation, and we can see how a large chunk of the Corn Belt, from Oklahoma through Missouri into Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, has been soaked with several inches of rain. This past weekend, I took a tour through central Illinois and was able to survey hundreds of fields. My conclusions were that there was a lot of standing water and numerous regions of stunted growth, and a surprising number of fields left unplanted due to too much rainfall. Add this to the fact that Indiana and Ohio already experienced delays in planting, and the fact that in Missouri, frequent rain has left nearly 3 million unplanted soybean acres, and you can see why there is potentially some upcoming volatility in the prices of these commodities, especially once the USDA report surfaces on the quality of the 2015 crop. Much of last week's moisture was from the remnants of Tropical Storm Bill, although repeated thunderstorm activity outside of Bill had a major impact as well. This top image shows the broad swath of intense rain that accompanied Bill as his path traced an arc across the United States. Many locations received over 5 inches of rain, with some regions getting over 10. While not destructive in the typical sense of a tropical cyclone, Bill's impacts will be long felt this growing season. While Bill was drenching a large section of the United States, there was oppressive heat in the southeast and southwest. Just as an example, here are two temperature graphs. On the left is Atlanta, Georgia, and on the right is Phoenix, Arizona. The only day in the last 8 days not to break 90 degrees in Atlanta was on Saturday, while in Phoenix, a string of 110-plus degree days has baked the city. No relief is expected in either region to start this week. Before we look into how this week will shape up, I need to focus on the severe weather threat for Monday. Here is the Storm Prediction Center's convective outlook map for Monday, June 22nd. There is a large section of the Corn Belt that could be impacted by a sizable line of thunderstorms on Monday. The threat for hail, strong straight-line winds, and tornadoes is greatest over eastern Iowa, northern Illinois, and southern Wisconsin for Monday afternoon and evening. It is very important that you keep an eye on the radar today if you live in these regions, and pay close attention to watches and warnings that will be issued as the day progresses. After an initial round of storms early, a second round may emerge late in the day in this same region. Due to the abundance of moisture in these storms, expect flash flooding to be an issue as well. Looking ahead at the week, Texas and Oklahoma get a chance to dry out, as the real action is focused in the heart of the Corn Belt. After Monday's severe weather threat in Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin, another round of precipitation moves in from the northwest midweek, not giving much time to dry out saturated soils in these areas. With many fields already dealing with standing water, another wet week can stress the later vegetative stages of corn and potentially stunt the growth of the younger soybean crop. Turning our attention to temperatures, the southeast and central plains, along with the southwest, are the focus of oppressive heat to start the week. In this animation, we can see how temperatures in these regions are expected to easily break 90 degrees in the upcoming days. Looking longer term, the 8 to 14 day precipitation and temperature forecasts are shown here. Focusing first on the precipitation, many are hoping this forecast verifies, as it shows some relief from the excessive rain in the Corn Belt, while bringing needed rain to the northeast and southwest. We can also see that as we start July, temperatures are forecast to remain cooler than normal across a large section of the United States, while only the southeast and northwest corners are forecast to remain much above average. As we approach the reproductive stages of corn, we will keep a close eye on the forecast for any signs of excessive heat. As always, we at Agrible will bring you the latest and best weather forecast information through our Morning Farm Report so that you can efficiently plan your operations. We thank you for your attention and hope you look forward to our next weather video update. Thank you.